We're still talking about European football and Premier League to be precise there. Chelsea swatted aside at Manchester City. The champions return back to the top of the table despite Liverpool winning on Saturday against Bournemouth by 3-0. Manchester City top on goal difference. But let's quickly look at what it stays like at the moment. City on 65 points. Liverpool in second place on 65 points, but plus 10 goal difference separates the two sides. Tottenham Hotspur have been winning even with Hurricane out and Dele Alli out injured. They've still found something to win games.
I think the plan is this. Hang in there, let the stars come back. The stars in Dele Alli and of course Hurricane. And that is just simple. Hang in there, let our players come back. And they are contenders. If you look at the way they're playing, they've been getting results. To the surprise of everybody, when Ali, Hurricane, and Son were missing, people were wondering, can they really do this? And we have to give credit to Pochettino. He's done so well. But unfortunately, luck has not really been on their side in terms of winning this trophy. That is what they need. Unfortunately, he said that his own is not even trophy that he wants to finish top 4. That's what football is all about these days. But everybody for the money.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has other ideas, though, but he's still way behind. 10 points behind. I beg your pardon. 9 points behind Tottenham Hotspur, who are in third position. Just 5 points ahead of Manchester City, but 5 points could mean a big advantage for City and Liverpool, considering their quality and considering the show they've had to put up in the league this season. So Manchester United in fourth position for the first time since the beginning of the season, where they beat Leicester by 2-1. They are back in the top for now on 51 points. Arsenal in fifth position, 50 points, and Chelsea on 50 points. So, Adebayo, where does that leave us there? But let's look at the bottom three quickly before you make your assessment on that. Southampton have dropped back into the drop zone because Cardiff City won away from home. Cardiff have moved up to 16th position, 25 points. Newcastle are 17th on the log, 24 points. And Southampton, who were defeatist at the weekend, Cardiff City beat them at the Dell, are now on 24 points, 18th on the log. Fulham, 17 points, 19th on the log. And Huddersfield Town, the basement boys, on 11 points, 20th on the log. So what's your assessment of the top 6 as well as the bottom 3 very quickly?
Yeah, basement boys are quite there at the base, if you ask me. But that's on a lighter note. I think they've talked, when you look at the top 6, you see how competitive, the league is. You have a 5 point, 1 point, and I think we should also call our attention to the fact that these 5 points is just 2 games can cover you.
But considering the quality of the other opposition, 5 points could actually mean something massive.
They've talked. I agree with you, but not completely. You see, a sleep on these 5 points, okay, can actually just...
Okay, let me buttress my points right here. Goal difference plus 54 for Manchester City. Goal difference for Liverpool plus 54. Goal difference for third place Tottenham plus 29.
Okay.
That's a clear difference there.
Sure.
And you look at the top goal scorers in the league. Sergio Aguero on 17 goals. Mohamed Salah on 17 goals. Harry Kane for Tottenham Hotspur on 14 goals, back away, but due to maybe he's injured at the moment and not being able to compete. So there's a clear difference. And when you want to look at the quality and how both teams have played out this season, Liverpool and Manchester City, you'd have to agree with me, they're heads and shoulders ahead of other teams who are competing.
So high. Okay. But, let's say by actually stressing that out, okay, it is quite so clear. But for these other teams that are kissing, I call it kissing, this Arsenal 1 point gap and 1 point below and what have you, these other teams that are kissing, it could really, mean a whole lot of danger, because by the time we lose twice and maybe draw, get there's a share of spoils and all that, it could actually mean danger looming somewhere for you around the air, hovering somewhere around the air, that if you do not take time, you might actually get swallowed by this.
But looking at United, they've had 11 games now unbeaten under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. and they take on Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League round of 16. They're at Old Trafford in the first leg on Tuesday. That's tomorrow. We'll build up to that game tomorrow morning on Flow Sports, by the way. Looking at them, they are February, the latter stage of February, so difficult for them. An FA Cup trip to Chelsea in the 5th round, and also a game against Liverpool at Old Trafford. So it becomes even more difficult, and there's no guarantee you're going to win all the games.
Yes, Manchester United are in for a run of hectic fixtures, but there's something about this team. There's nothing confidence doesn't do in football. Football is psychological, and they have the winning bug right now. They can win PSG. Fortunately for them, there's no Cavani and there's no Neymar. They just have
Kylian Mbappe.
They just have Mbappe. They just have if I don't know if Di Maria is going to start, so they can. And he's at they're playing at Old Trafford. So I think they should take it one game at a time and see how it goes. I tip them for the top 4 finish. Of course, Chelsea and Arsenal are struggling, obviously, with their new managers. This person is experimenting, and the other one is somehow being very married to a rigid style of football. So the main thing is having that winning mentality, and that is the first thing Solskjaer instilled in the player. They have that confidence that bring it on any opponent, we can win. They beat Leicester. You may think these teams are small teams, but they're not. Leicester beat Chelsea. Leicester beat Manchester City. So I think they have what it takes to even leapfrog Tottenham Hotspur to 3rd position.
Well, taking it one game at a time, I think it's exactly what they have been doing there. 11 games unbeaten now, 10 wins for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But let's switch our attentions, because there is a game at Molineux tonight. Wolverhampton Wanderers and Monday Night Football take on Newcastle there, and Wolves in 7th position there on 38 points. Well, there's a clear difference between Wolves and Chelsea, 12 points gap there. Chelsea on 50 points and Wolves in 7th position on 38 points. But let's look at Newcastle. Rafael Benitez's men, 24 points. Newcastle have garnered and are in 17th position. Rafael Benitez doing wonders at the moment. But in other leagues, let's just wrap it up in the Spanish La Liga. Barcelona drew away at Athletic Bilbao. A goalless draw. Adebayo, nobody saw that coming. We thought we were going to have some goals there. But Lionel Messi did hit the top of the crossbar there after a chip, as the goalkeeper came out to rescue a shot that was going in, but it fell to the Magician's left boot. He did clip it well, but it just cannon off the top of the crossbar. They're so unlucky for Barcelona not to come away from San Mamés with all 3 points. That was a huge game. But let me just run it through before you summarize it for us. Real Madrid back in contention, a 3-1 success away at Atletico Madrid. They started off to a flyer there through Casemiro, opening the scoring, but Antoine Griezmann equalized for Los Colchoneros before Real Madrid there went in front, and Gareth Bale also scored a landmark goal for the Brits there, his 100th goal at Real Madrid. So now they are coming in close on Barcelona there, and have now surpassed Atletico Madrid. They've usurped Atletico Madrid into 2nd position. So Real Madrid coming into form at the right time now. It's now 6 games they're unbeaten for them, and they've won 5 of those, Adebayo. And now Atletico Madrid losing their... So what's your thoughts on the 2 top sides in La Liga there, Barcelona, Real Madrid?
Okay, I think there's these strong... first of all, I think I'll make a slight joke of Messi hitting the crossbar. That could go for half a goal, but there's no half a goal in football, you know. So Messi didn't score. He didn't score because I think I'm taking a little swipe. If you ask me, I expected, Barcelona to actually bury this one, like, you know, at least get something more than a point, kind of. But he ended in dead rubber. It's a dead rubber game. There were no goals from both sides and what have you. But if you actually look at it, you find out that I think Real Madrid is beginning to come back. You know, there's something I told you when they were having the whole trouble and what have you. I kept saying, see, for most teams, it happens. It happens in football that you have that setback time that you need to actually, gather all your momentum and begin to look for how to, move forward. That is simply what they have done. I do not think that, you could write them off entirely as it actually stands now. Okay, but I must say kudos to them for grooming their confidence, coming back at it, and actually taking the bull by the horn, and having a place at where they are. Let's see how it unfolds. It makes it more interesting.
One man had the last laugh on Saturday. That is the former Chelsea player Thibaut Courtois, who the fans of Atletico Madrid display some kind of rats, to taunt him. But he had the last laugh. Rubber rat, actually. He
was like a pig head rained at Camp Nou for Luis Figo.
Exactly, and they ran away with the 3-1. In fact, a convincing win it was. We thought probably it was going to end in a draw, but they came back and continued with their good run of form. But I'm looking at the log right now. I don't think anybody can really catch this Barcelona side. Madrid have lost way too much. Yes, it's just about 6 points clear, but I don't see Barcelona dropping for the points. They are clear favorites for the La Liga crown.
Indeed, clear favorites for the La Liga crown. So 6 points separates the Blaugrana from Los Blancos there. 51 points Barcelona has garnered now, while Real Madrid are in second place on 45 points. But it's telling there from what Adesi said, the statistics. Barcelona has only lost twice this season, while Real Madrid has lost 6 games. And that's massive at this stage of the season. The Atletico Madrid in third place on 44 points, a point behind their arch rivals who's beaten them in 2 Champions League finals. Sevilla, the Andalusian club, completes the top 4 on 37 points. So the bottom 3 looks like this. Rayo Vallecano on 23 points, 18th on the log. Villarreal having a season to forget there. The Yellow Submarines are 19th. Just 2 points there above the bottom club, SD Huesca. Villarreal have 20 points and are 19th on the log. Is anyway out there for Samuel Chukwueze and Shanti Cazorla. SD Huesca, the newly promoted side, on 18 points, marooned to the Spanish La Liga Santander. Quickly now to the Italian Serie A. There we saw games played out on Sunday but looking at Juventus, a stroll there against Sassuolo. Cristiano Ronaldo on the score sheet for the Bianconeri there, away from home there. But there were wins for Atalanta, Torino, Olua Aino scoring the winner for Torino. Frosinone beat Sampdoria away from home, and Milan saw off Cagliari by 3-0. Juventus continued to top the league in that division, with Napoli coming in second position. But Napoli could only draw away in Florence, a goalless draw against Fiorentina there in a cracking game there at the Artemo Franchi. So quickly now to the German Bundesliga. The games played on Sunday. There we did see a hammering there from Werder Bremen. They saw off Augsburg 4-0 at the Weser Stadion, while Fortuna Düsseldorf, newly promoted side, beat VfB Stuttgart by 3-0 there. But Borussia Dortmund, despite throwing away a 3-goal lead against Hoffenheim, continued to top the log there in the German Bundesliga. But Bayern Munich are hot on their heels. Bayern defeated Schalke by 3-1 at the Allianz Arena on Saturday. Then quickly now to the French League. On Paris Saint-Germain were made to work hard. They saw Bordeaux by 0-0, courtesy of Edinson Cavani's penalty on the 42nd minute, but he came off injured, so it means he's a touch and go for this first leg round of 16 clash against Manchester United in the Champions League. But there were wins on Sunday for Nimes, wins for Nice, wins for Rennes, wins for Lille, and Toulouse played out a 1-1 draw with Reims, while Montpellier and Monaco shared a 2-2 draw at Stade de la Mosson. So let's quickly check on the Dutch Eredivisie and check on Real Madrid's opposition, Ajax Amsterdam, because the Dutch outfit hosts Real Madrid at the Johan Cruyff Arena. But Ajax fell to Heracles by 1-0 at the weekend. So huge game to come there from the Ajax Amsterdam Arena, the Johan Cruyff Arena. Ajax versus Real Madrid, a game for the ages. Well, it will just be a moment out here on Monday Night Football, the review show. When we come back, We'll be returning back to home to look at the Nigeria Professional Football League match day 8 with results there coming through on Sunday. Games played out simultaneously there. Abia Warriors falling away to El Kanemi Warriors. But there are other games coming through today. Results there. Aqua United making light work of newly promoted Kada City at the nest of champions. That's next.